Season 2 roadmap is here, and it comes with a ton of interesting changes to Warzone. Hopefully it fixes a lot of the console stuff that we've been talking about for the past month and a half, almost 2 months, because I think without that, it doesn't matter what content you bring to it. So that is a priority, and I'm sure they're going to go ahead and address a lot of those issues, because if they don't, obviously it's going to be a big issue. But as we go through, you can kind of see all the different content, the way it lays out. So for Warzone, there's new map locations. It says Chemical Factory, Research Labs, which those are going to be on Caldera. Then in season, there's Rebirth Reinforced. New mode, those Caldera Crash. And then Rebirth Island Iron Trials, which will be a little bit interesting. Extra health, but no respawns. So to still feel like a regular Battle Royale, but with more health. So I don't know how that's going to work, but they got to increase the player count, I think. Then there's going to be bombers. These new vehicles are pretty broken. The person can fly over, destroy like buy stations, loadouts, which sounds kind of like broken. Probably only in Vanguard Royale. So if you don't play that mode, you only play the regular Battle Royale, you're going to be fine. Probably not have to worry about it, but we'll see about that. And then there's these search and deploy events. So there's a redeploy balloon, which is similar to PUBG, or you could say Apex Legends, where you have the opportunity to go up in the balloon and then it'll fly you to somewhere else on the map, and gives you a little bit more mobility, especially since that's one of the biggest issues with Caldera. Then there's armor transport. There's portable decontaminated stations. And then we also have the Nebula 5 ammo and kill streak, which sounds like that could be pretty broken. And then a bunch of stuff for multiplayer, finally stuff for zombies, then new weapons, and then we got 3 new characters, bundles, whatever. Spend your money how you want. So new features, Nebula 5 redeploy balloons and more. Nebula 5 ammo and bombs create new offensive tactics, which while portable decontamination stations offer temporary refuge. This one sounds like those little heat shields that they have in Apex Legends. So if you're caught in the gas, you can kind of build this, and then it'll allow you to kind of be out in the zone, which is kind of weird, but we'll see how that works. Alternatively, take to the skies with the redeployed balloon or the bomber planes. Explore Chemical Factory and Underground Chemical Weapon Research Lab. Watch for armor transport. Fresh points of interest in Caldera, and here to shake up those rotations. Axis soldiers patrol these new areas and are found around the island in vehicles. Defeat them for powerful rewards. It sounds like NPCs will be around the map that you get a kill, or ads, which depending on what game you want to talk about, AI, be floating around the map that you'll be able to kill. So that'll be interesting. Caldera Clash at launch, Rebirth Reinforcement Season. Nebula 5 ammo in boxes is meant to large-scale armaments, but can be used for small arms, ammunitions, and bombs, both found in extremely small quantities around Caldera. Classified as a field upgrade in Warzone, is no stronger than regular bullets, but does have a major exception. When an operator is downed by them, they will emit a poisonous gas cloud, so they can't be rezzed. Whoa, that's different than stopping power. Good to know. Anyone attempting to revive this operator or standing within a few feet of them will face similar complications to circle collapse, exposure, coughing, blurred vision, and a slight amount of damage over time, whether that be to the player's health or to their gas mask. So that's going to break your plates as well. So you're going to be wasting plates if you go to revive a teammate. You're going to be wasting gas. That's an interesting mechanic. It seems like it's more annoying because, in my opinion, when you add gameplay mechanics, it should be fun for like somebody. I don't know if that necessarily is fun. It's more like toxic, but who knows? People do enjoy being toxic, as we've seen on the internet for sure. So Nebula 5 ammo takes up only a single clip of ammo, but for some weapons that may be enough to turn the tide in a fight, especially within interior spaces. One of the rarest items in Warzone is the Nebula 5 bomb. Locked behind a briefcase full of deadly gas with an explosive charge. Once activated and set down in front of an operator, it will detonate after a fixed countdown and cannot be disarmed or destroyed. Its initial explosion deals high amount of damage in a small radius before the gas spreads outward, where it will hurt any operator without a gas mask. So you're kind of making gas bubbles. This gas lingers for 2 minutes before ultimately disappearing a feed and upcoming a circle collapse. So this one, you could be strategic with it, set a bomb, and then rotate out of there and know that they're not going to go through that unless they're going to waste their gas mask or they're going to end up coughing. Operators can potentially outrun this explosive aftermath just as they would the circle collapse, but in terms of an area denial tool, Nebula 5 is a powerful force. With portable decontamination zones, this is kind of nutty. Despite its toxicity, the Nebula 5 can also be temporarily dispersed. Portable decontamination station new field upgrade in Caldera is a portable device that filtrates air for several seconds, protecting anyone inside the circle collapse or Nebula 5 gas. So it works for either or. This device impacts all operator task maps, allowing everyone to see where they are currently. Oh man, you're going to get held. They can be destroyed by explosive ballistics. With these caveats in mind, the portable decontamination zone is still useful in surviving both old and new chemical threats and could likely lead to some new positioning strategies for Battle Royale. You set it up, and late game, you know that it's going to rotate back, or you're going to want to see the next rotation. You could probably throw it down. Armored transport trucks are here in Paradise as the Axis deployed multiple vehicles to carry Nebula 5 and its derivatives around Caldera. These unstoppable steel behemoths remotely roll on a set loop path, attacking those within the immediate vicinity. With its 2 machine gun turrets, operators also need to avoid the mines it drops behind it, as well as aerial support it calls in should it drop to low health. Upon destruction, the armored transport truck will drop incredibly valuable items. So this is kind of, in the rarest cases, an intact Nebula 5 bomb. New points of interest, chemical factory. So a lot of these POIs, it's already looking like stuff that we already kind of predicted for some of these different areas of the map. Aside from the massive stockpile of the Alps, Nebula 5 is located mostly in factories and laboratories in Caldera and is heavily guarded by Axis forces. So there's going to be Axis forces here. The refinery between mines and docks that once produced phosphate has been repurposed and is now a newly constructed plant spewing out Nebula 5. This newly named chemical factory has similar layout to the location it replaced, but with several notable differences, including enemy soldiers who protect the facility. AI, that's crazy. And trap that can be sprung in the central buildings. There are several more interior spaces to explore, from the main factory floor to watchtowers with impressive sightlines over the factory and its surrounding. The river runs green with Nebula 5's byproduct, but it's completely harmless. Underground Weapons Research Lab. According to the current intel, the Axis operated 7 research laboratories around the island, hiding them underground and guarding them with small. So there's some Easter egg opportunities there, hopefully. Expert trackers may have already found these labs. Yes, a lot of people have. But the average operator may find them thanks to several hand-drawn yellow circles on the TAC map. So that'll be able to give those locations away. Those might be hot, depending on how much loot's in there. With only one way into these facilities, your squad better have an escape plan. Yeah, you can get held. Or enemy squads threatens your chances at walking away with phenomenal loadout items, which may include gas mask and Nebula 5 ammo. Other features: bomber plane, redeployed balloon. Bomber plane, the second aerial vehicle in Vanguard modes in Warzone. So this one is not going to be in regular. The bomber is a formidable air-to-ground striker capable of leveling infantry and vehicles. Bombers can also destroy loadout drops, which can fundamentally change how operators approach these. Imagine just waiting. Hey, zone 1, loadout's about to drop. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Just trace the outside of the first zone. You're going to be destroying these bad boys. While this new aircraft can shatter anti-air guns and destroy ground-level threats, it may meet its match when confronting the fighter plane, which continues to be available in Vanguard Royale. Alternatively, drop into stationary or truck-mounted AA guns and bring down these airborne behemoths. Furthermore, players can expect to see health decreases in both planes as part of this update, making them easier to shoot down, which should remove that. I think they're kind of broken, but it is what it is. So yeah, looking like these redeploy balloons. Yeah, shown on the TAC map as a blimp icon, the redeploy balloon is a ticket into the skies to reposition thousands of meters away. Obviously, if you're gliding sideways, you're going to get that added help. Operators can ascend to the top of the balloon via a zip line tethered to the balloon, then leap off of the balloon at the top of the deploy, and then parachute to cover ground. So these work a little bit like Apex. Planes or weaponry can destroy the redeploy balloon, and once the balloon is deflated, operators can spend a few $100 to reinflate it. The new movement option can be exceptional for repositioning across the map, so long as you watch out for the bogey entering your airspace. As Caldera's secret come to life, something lurks within Rebirth Island shadows. Expect substantial changes to the prison island during the mid-season update. Expects more intel about the reinforcements to come mid-season, as well as other important updates from the lead studio, and watch out for their stuff. I would expect to see these things mid-season around March, because that's about a 1 month into the season, which is usually the halfway point. Weapons. So we got the KG M40 assault rifle. That'll be at launch, probably tier 15, free. And then we have the LMG, which will be a long-range machine gun. That'll be like tier 31 or whatever, or vice versa. And then mid-season ice axe. And then we're also going to get another SMG mid-season too. Interesting. So we're going to get 4 weapons including the melee weapon. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of changes there. But if the game doesn't work for console, then it doesn't matter. So hopefully there is a huge update that resolves like 99% of all issues that console players experience. And we'll see how that goes. Appreciate all the support and the content. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.